Upasana, you can start recording also if you want.
I think you started because I have not done it and we didn't discuss it before. So
I think you are the host now. You have the option. So
where is the
you
option?
can make me the host. Otherwise, I'll start it.
It is there in the bottom, Upasana.
Maybe I think we'll discuss it once later. You Rohit, you do it.
Sorry,
No.
actually you are the host. You can only do it. You make me the host. Go to INYAS India. Click on the options there. You can make me the host, and then I will start the recording.
So INYAS India, yeah. So that's the at the middle of the screen. There's view options, and then what?
No, there are participant options. Go to the
Yeah.
participant options. In that INYAS India, you will have right click. There'll be options available to you. More options. You open that options. Make me the host. Then I can start. No, INYAS India. I'm at INYAS India. So you just go to INYAS India.
Okay.
There is more. Make the host. The host will change. Then everything will be sorted out. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So yeah. So live streaming has started and the recording has also started.
Very good evening, every one of you, and namaskar to all of you. I'm Dr. Upasana Ray from Kolkata Bhubaneswar local chapter of International Young Academy of Science, and I welcome you all today to today's event. INYAS is the only recognized academy of the young scientists in India, and Dr. Chandrasekhar Sharma, Associate Professor IIT Hyderabad, is currently chairing INYAS. INYAS was established in 2014 with the vision of promotion of science and education and outreach, supporting young scientists in their career independence, encouragement of networking amongst young scientists, engagement in interdisciplinary and intergenerational scientific dialogues, boosting science capacity in the country, collaboration with other young academies of the world as well. Kolkata Bhubaneswar local chapter is a new chapter of INYAS, and our aim is to expand and implement the objectives of INYAS in this part of India. Today's program is in collaboration with an organization called Bandhu. This webinar series is meant for helping students to know about the different career options that exist in our country, so that students can choose their career paths in a much better and informed way. So today we have two talks and our speakers belong to two different subject areas. Before I formally introduce our first speaker, I would first request Shri Sudhanshu Mohan Raut, founding member and former president of Bandhu, to say a few words about Bandhu. Mr. Raut has been executing Ankurayan for last 14 years. He is associated with several efforts to develop marginalized since his student days in Salipur College. Now, he continues this work and his vision through Bandhu and the service wing of the popular Oriya daily newspaper, Maya. The concerns of the voiceless majority of our society has been close to his heart. And Mr. Raut, now Zoom is all yours.
Namaskar to everybody. Is it audible?
Yes, you are audible and you are visible as well. Your slides are visible.
Namaskar, I am Sudhanshu, representing Bandhu. Bandhu is an organization, registered organization in Odisha, formed 15 years ago. हम लोग ओडिशा का कोस्टल ओडिशा से लेकर ओडिशा का हर कोई जिला में एजुकेशन में hello.
Yes.
We are working
continue.
in the field of education, coir industry, and the upliftment of Susa, there is some problem. Hello.
Yes.
Sorry for the interruption. Bandhu is an organization formed 15 years ago in a coastal district of Odisha. This is registered with the government of Odisha, and we have been working in the different field, starting from the education to the upliftment of rural masses. We have 3 themes like Swaraj, Sanskar, and Swavalamban. In the field of Swaraj, Bandhu is organizing so many RTI workshops in different parts of the Odisha, and we also have been working in the field of environment, and we are working also in the liquor-free movement that has started at different parts of the Odisha and as well as in India. Bandhu as an organization has been working and organizing one children festival called Ankurayana for the last 15 years. In this workshop or in this children festival, which is organized at a district called Jagatsinghpur, which is the coastal district of Odisha, from more than 100 school students participate in different activities. Every year in the month of December, more than 500 to 600 students gather at this location, and they participate in the different fields, different competitions. Apart from Ankurayana, we are also working in the field of giving some income and income generation activity to the rural masses, and we had organized in the last 10 years several workshops for the agriculture farmers. Those are marginalized in the districts, like mushroom cultivation, coir industry. We have just started a coir-based industry in which only the rural women
I'm sorry to interrupt in between. I would request everyone else to keep yourself muted, all the students here and everyone, so that there is no background. And Mr. Rao, please make your video visible. Okay. So I think if Mr. Raut is done. So thank you, Mr. Raut, for your kind words. Now we move on to our speakers. Before I invite our first speaker, I would request everyone to please keep yourself muted. Otherwise, we get background noise. Now, our first speaker is Dr. Chirashri Roy Chaudhary. Dr. Roy Chaudhary is an associate professor in the Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering of Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, Shibpur, and a member of INYAS. She has been engaged in interdisciplinary research in the area of electrical biosensors and related signal processing with the aim to develop point-of-care diagnostic devices. She is a recipient of Young Engineer Award from Indian National Academy of Engineering, Young Scientist Award from NASI, and Institute of Smart Materials, Structures and Systems, and Women Excellence Award from DST SCRB. She is also an associate editor of IEEE Censored Journal and a member of the Research Council of CSIO Chandigarh. She has been actively engaged with an NGO for the field level deployment of some of the sensing systems in systems developed in the laboratory. So Dr. Roy Chaudhary, with this, Zoom is all yours and welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Upasana, for this kind introduction. And good evening, everybody. Namaskar, and welcome to this program. Hopefully, be able to give you certain information about the various opportunities that are available as a career, as an Indian engineering career, right? So all of you are from the +2 standard, that is 10+2 standard, and you must be really worried or excited to know about the possible career opportunities. So engineering is definitely one opportunity, and as all of you are aware of, there are certain traditional fields of engineering. Go to the next slide, Rohit. There are some traditional fields of engineering, and there are unconventional fields of engineering also. Can you change the slide?
Yes, it is already changed. Yeah.
Okay, right. So in the traditional courses, you have like computer science engineering, you have electrical and electronics engineering, civil, mechanical, chemical, aerospace, and then these branches are also given different metallurgical and architecture. Some of the branches also are given different names, like in one institute, you will find it's electrical and electronics. The same branch is renamed as electronics and communication engineering in a different institute. Then you have some emerging programs, emerging degrees in the engineering field, that is, you have engineering management, environmental, biomedical, mechatronics, robotics, microelectronics. So these are some upcoming fields. Now, I myself is associated with the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering of Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology at Shibpur. So it's one of the oldest engineering college in India. It was known as B College Shibpur. You might have heard of this name before, but due to a number of different upgradations in the institute, presently it is under the central government, and it's renamed as IEST Shibpur. It's equivalent to an NIT status. Now, in our institute itself, even before 2000 or before 2000, we did not have much other than these traditional courses. Yes? Yes? Is anybody asking anything?
No.
Okay. Right. So we did not have much other than the traditional courses. But now certain different branches, at least as MTech programs, have come up, like mechatronics engineering, then even microelectronics and VLSI engineering. Then the Center for Healthcare Science and Technology, Material Science and Engineering. These programs have come up as additional MTech programs. Now, to just give you an idea, brief idea about the traditional courses, see, what we learn in the electrical and electronics field is, all of you are very well acquainted with the smartphones, and you have all seen perhaps that how the size of the mobile phone has gradually decreased, as well as with the smartphones come in larger sizes though, but you have increased functionalities, like you can operate your phone as a computer, right? So who actually enables you to do all these functionalities? In such a small device, pocket device, you can actually have the whole world in your pocket. Now, how this is possible? This is possible because of the enhanced functionalities that can be embedded in this small chip you can see over here. So this small chip, which is about the size of, say, 5 centimeter by 5 centimeter, a few centimeters, even smaller than that at times, in this small dimensions, you're actually packing billions and billions of components. Now, those who have are in your +2 standard, 10 +2 standard, you might have already started some introduction about solid state devices. So you know that there are certain devices called semiconductors. These semiconductors actually form the heart of these chips. And there's a whole lot of technology which enables the integration of the small devices in this area. So it's in a 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter area. Can you imagine that billions and millions of transistors are getting integrated? So what is the size of each of the transistor? It's almost about the size of a single strand of hair. That's few microns, few nanometers. So it is this small. It is just this small. So this entire branch of electrical and electronics engineering and also computer science and engineering will give you an idea to explore into these tiniest components that are present in the modern devices, modern gadgets, including your smartphones, including your washing machines, and any gadget you think of. So these are the smallest components which make them alarming, and you will definitely get an idea about all these components. The hardware part is primarily covered in the electronics domain, and the software which actually also forms the basic backbone controlling the hardware, that will be dealt in the computer science departments. Then civil and mechanical are traditional courses. Now in civil and mechanical, you might have an idea that yes, it always relates to very hard field work, but it is not always so. There is design related jobs also available in these traditional fields, because in mechanical you have a lot of application of CAD designs, AutoCAD designs. So they are done with the help of computers. They require solid theoretical concepts, and the primary idea that these branches women cannot take up, it's not true anymore. So there are plenty of women students, girl students, who are studying civil and mechanical engineering also at present. Okay. So the next slide, yes. Then you have the chemical, aerospace, architectural, yeah, electrical engineering. And electrical engineering is also a mother branch where there's a slight difference between electrical and electronics engineering, though in many IITs they are clubbed together. But yeah, in case of electrical engineering, what you will find is the course is more oriented towards the development or design of power systems. Like, so you come to handle plenty of bulky, high power devices, whereas mostly in electronics, we are more focused on low power, small devices. So that's a sort of marginal difference, because there are plenty of institutes who teach electrical separately and electronics separately. So these subjects are the main differences. In chemical engineering, you need a lot of background of chemistry, and of course, how the main ideas of the chemical sciences are put into application through some technology. So that technology essentially translates the various phenomena, wonderful experiments of sciences into real applications. So those sort of systems are dealt with in chemical engineering. Then you have aerospace engineering. Aerospace engineering, as the name suggests, one comes to know about the basic concepts behind the aerodynamics. then your aeroplanes, then various other missiles, and then various other such vehicles where the aerodynamics is primarily concerned. Okay. And you have various emerging programs also in the electronics area. So in the emerging programs, let me give you an idea about one such program which will be of interest maybe at the present. Maybe you can come to the next slide, come to the emerging program slide. Okay, so see, biomedical technology, biomedical engineering, biosciences and engineering. So you have a number of names given in different institutes. What idea does it give you? So that's a very, very interesting field where one can get an idea about how the, you have see biomedical, biomechanical. So in these fields, it's a highly interdisciplinary area where the concepts of physics, biology, chemistry, electrical, electronics are all put together to develop something sensible and useful for the society. For instance, say if you have to develop a diagnostic device. Nowadays, the diagnostic devices are not only confined to the few experiments in the laboratory or in a say a commercial pathological laboratory. The bedside kits which are coming up in the market, how have they been developed? If one tries to find out what goes on behind the development of such bedside kits, you will see that it's an amalgamation of various concepts in electronics, various concepts in mechanical engineering, and of course, biology and chemistry and physics are always combined together. So you need an overall aggregated idea of all the disciplines to come out with some meaningful devices or gadgets. And it's a very, very interesting field. Though most of the institutes offer MTech degrees in this particular area, but there are again few institutes which have come up with BTech degrees also. Biomechanical. As you can see in this picture, the area of prosthetic design, right? Then the robotic wheelchairs. All this under the area of biomechanical. Again, why biology? Because these are for the direct aid towards human being, right? Those who have used artificial knees, those who have had an accident, they require artificial support for walking. How these devices are developed? They are developed with the ideas of the human structure, the idea of the bone structure of human being, along with the idea of mechanical.
Dr. Roy Chaudhary, you are not audible.
Yeah, I think because the connection was disrupted.
Yeah, now you are audible.
So I just, yeah. And am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Actually, the connection was disrupted. Yeah, okay. So yeah, come to the next slide. Yeah. Then you have material science and engineering, agriculture engineering, paper engineering or printing engineering also it is called in many places. So in material science and engineering actually it's not only that you design the materials, you not only develop the materials in the laboratory, but also you give it a proper shape, you give it a proper structure, mold it in various forms so that they are available in a form that can be easily translated to society. So it's about the various engineering that is incorporated into the study of the materials, the basic study of the materials. So the basic study of the materials is actually translated in the form of products through the engineering skills. Then in the agricultural engineering, see, our country is primarily an agricultural country. So a lot can be contributed in this area, in this field. When we speak of precision agriculture nowadays, so the monitoring of the various parameters of the soil, like it's not only your soil moisture, but the basic soil nutrients like sodium, potassium, and other minerals. They are traditionally monitored in the laboratory after taking a soil sample. But there are various engineering techniques which are coming up with the help of which online monitoring of these minerals and of these components can be done in the field. So agricultural engineering is not only about the traditional concepts of measurement, but also it deals about the various precision techniques which are coming up. Similarly, in printing engineering or paper engineering, also you come to know that what all structures can be developed with simple papers. Papers are of different kinds, and it's very interesting that in a simple strip of paper you cannot see with your naked eye, but there are wonderful channels, naturally built up channels in those papers, and those channels can be actually used, deployed for many interesting devices, starting from maybe your big structures in the home, or even your simple gadgets which are used in the field. So those various channels, the minute micron-sized channels within the paper can be of real interest when you think of translating it to society. So paper engineering actually deals with all these possibilities. Okay. Then I'll come to straight away to the various institutes and the different exams which one has to give. So all of you are aware of the different IITs which floats the various courses, both the traditional courses as well as the emerging courses. Then you have a whole lot of NIT institutes, different NIT institutes. Then you have since I'm from West Bengal, so you have a number of institutes like Jadavpur University, Calcutta University. They are offering the engineering courses. IST Shibpur is definitely an institute located in West Bengal. Then in your place in Bhubaneswar also you have different engineering colleges as well as central government institutes. Then you have NIT also. And then there are a number of triple ITs. This triple ITs primarily offers courses related to information technology and computer science. So you have triple ITs almost everywhere. Do you have one triple IT in Bhubaneswar? Sure. No. We have a triple IT in Calcutta. We have a triple IT in Calcutta. You have in Guwahati. Okay, and then you have in your place also you'll be having state universities as well as private universities. Okay, the exams which are required for these different institutes, they cover say JEE Main, you know, that's required for the IITs, and also the preliminary screening test is required even for IST and on all the other NITs. Then you have the Maharashtra Common Entrance Test, you have Karnataka Common Entrance Test, like the Common Entrance Test for different states of the South. And then you have for the Birla Institute of Technology and Science, they conduct different examination. Then you have KIT, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology. So that's in your place. Then you have our West Bengal Joint Entrance Examination for Jadavpur University. Then you have Vellore Institute of Technology. So these are the different examinations which one needs to crack, and the subject which is covered in almost all the examinations are physics, maths, chemistry, and since it is engineering, so biology is not taken. For medical science related joint course after class 12, you have to be biologist. Physics, chemistry, and maths are included in all the examinations. They are competitive type, where you will have to give your best, in the sense that if the question paper is difficult, it is difficult for everyone. So you will be actually scoring depending on the highest score. So in the highest score in a competitive examination out of 100 can be 50. So if you score 40, you can have a very good rank. So it's not really about the exact scores, it's about a competitive score in all these examinations. Okay. And finally, some non-conventional engineering colleges which many of you might not have already heard of, like you have Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, where you can get admission through JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Then Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Petroleum Technology. Then you have Government College Engineering and Ceramic Technology under West Bengal Joints. Then Triple IT Bangalore, again through JEE Mains. This also many of you might not know. Institute of Chemical Technology Mumbai, it's a well-recognized institute, central government funded institute. So that is through JEE Mains and the Maharashtra CET and so on. Okay. Now, after career options, after engineering, what are the career options available? One can pursue higher studies if you're interested. So for that, you have to do a MTech typically, and then go for PhD, and which involves R&D involvement. Like PhD essentially means you are doing some research, maybe development research, maybe some breakthrough related research, and then you can opt for either academics or industry. Now, instead of doing MTech in our country, one can also go abroad for a joint MS PhD program. Now, there are certain institutes which I have not mentioned earlier, where integrated MTech program is also available. Like many IITs offer integrated MTech program. That's a typical 5-year course. You enter after class 12, and after 5 years, you get both BTech and your MTech. Normally, after doing BTech, MTech is 2 years. So you are spending 6 years. In integrated MTech course, after 5 years, you get an MTech degree straight away. So we have that option even at IIS to shift. Then directly after BTech, you can opt for various public sector undertakings. If anybody is interested in management and entrepreneurship, then for management, you can appear for the All India entrance examination for the management degree and go to the management related institutes. Then, of course, campus placements are the most lucrative options for which students normally opt for engineering, that after 4 years, okay, it's secure, I will get a job. Now, nowadays, most of the jobs are oriented in software industries, but you also have core industry related jobs where you can do both design as well as field related jobs are also there, depending on your area of specialization. And then you can join the civil services and the Indian Armed Forces as well. So finally, I would like to conclude by just giving an idea that what it really takes to be a successful engineer. So to be a successful engineer, you require persistent effort in whatever you are trying to achieve or to achieve your goal. Like you have to be very, very focused when you are given a problem that has to be solved in a stipulated time. Then you have to be very focused, and persistent effort has to be provided, in a sense that your first effort might totally prove to be wrong. So it's some sort of trial and error is also required in case of engineering problems, for which persistence is a very important criteria. Like whatever design you come up with, at the first, from your basic knowledge, that might not always work true in practice. So again, you have to go back to your design, make the necessary changes, and again implement it. So it's a problem which has to be repeated a number of times. It might seem boring, but at the end of the day, when you have to realize it, this has to be taken up as a practice and as a habit or as a mentality that always your first design might not work in practice. Notional thinking. You might have a number of possibilities in front of you, but which one or which approach will be the optimized approach? That comes from experience, of course, and from your basic notional understanding of the problem, of the situation and the environment. Grasping ability. When you are given a project to solve within a stipulated time, you might have planned in one particular way, but during the course of solution, you can find that there are unwanted problems which are coming up. Unwanted problems, those we normally call this noise as academicians. So unwanted problems. So you will have to grasp the situation, take control of the situation, remove or filter out those unwanted problems as much as possible, and again proceed on your focused path. Eye for imagination, inspiration, insight, and everything. So of course, imagination is required in every field you want to succeed. Creativity, imagination, these are the keywords, buzzwords without which actually you cannot compete in the market. So even in your engineering design, even if you are pursuing academics, in imagination is something very, very important. That is what is there already in the market and how you can do value addition to whatever is available. Then new approach for the existing problems. That is, of course, it's a part of creativity only. New approach for existing problems. That is, if you have an already existing problem, then when you have to reach a certain goal, and you know that while reaching the certain goal, there are certain paths which will be problematic, then instead of treading the same path, one should always try to, right from the beginning, follow a new approach so that the problematic paths can be avoided as much as possible. Then effective solutions. Again, you can have a number of solutions. Like, let me give you an example. Like when you start from your home and you want to reach a destination, you can have a number of routes. Like you want to reach a school, for instance. So you can have a number of schools and number of options. You can go walking. You can take a bus. You can take an auto. You can take a taxi. There are so many options. You can take shortcuts, you can take long cuts. Now, what route you are going to follow? So that's called an effective optimized solution. Something which will be economic, a route that will take less time, and also you will not be excessively tired. So see, maybe one particular route is the most economic solution, but if you follow that route, you can get tired or you can take more time. So if one criteria is best, that may not be an effective solution. So a combination, the best possible combination of all the criteria has to be taken into account to come to a final effective optimized solution. Then eagerness in your teamwork and robust detailing. So teamwork is very essential because a real life problem cannot be solved alone. So either you develop a leadership quality or you can be a very good team worker also, because you have to work with your teammates, discuss problems, and then only you can come with effective solutions while discussing the problem. Robust detailing is very important. So these are some of the criteria that one has to inculcate during this 4-year course to be a successful engineer in future. So yeah, I think I will end with this. So I will invite questions. from the students. Yes.
Can you stop sharing the screen, please? Yeah. So thank you so much, Dr. Roy Chaudhary, for all this information, and it was really insightful. And I'm sure all the students who are listening to you will be getting benefited in their future. We are running short of time, but I think we can take one or two questions if students want to ask, students who are there in the audience. Anyone wants to ask anything, can go ahead now, one by one. Yes? I can see Harapriya is unmute, and do you want to ask something? Okay, so I think she has some problems. So what we'll do is we'll move on to our next speaker, and maybe at the end we'll take up the questions if time permits. Thank you, Dr. Roy Chaudhary. Our next speaker is Dr. Tarakanta Nayak. He is an associate professor at the School of Basic Sciences, IIT Bhubaneswar, and also the coordinator of our local chapter. His area of interest is mathematics. Dr. Nayak teaches mathematics, and his area of research includes complex dynamics, fractals, independence polynomials, and independent fractals of graphics. He takes interest in interacting with children and learn from them, which is a great thing. Dr. Nayak loves to visit to villages, remote areas, and school and colleges in remote areas. He coordinates. He has been coordinating with Madhava math competition in Odisha for last few years, and has been participating in camps for mathematics training. He has many publications in his credit and many other recognitions, which we all are very proud of. So with this, I would like to invite Dr. Tarakanta Nayak to keep his views with us. So the floor is all yours, Dr. Nayak. You can start now.
Samastanko namaskar. My namaskar to everyone. So yesterday, in the inauguration of this festival, we are listening to Rajendra Prasad, who told that if you want to do something for someone, then you should have that. You should be able, you should be capable, you should have that to give someone, right? And yesterday evening, we listened to Pranjali Didi, who explained nicely that all of us, mostly the kids, the children, should have someone or something as their ideal, which others call role model. We should have something in our mind that, okay, I want to become this, or I want to become like this person, right? And we should try to know things about that person, how he did, how is it to become a person like him or her. So with this in our background, and with this talk of Chirasri ma'am, I will try to complement all this in about 15 minutes. So this is the slide, and this is the only slide I want to show you. This is part of Alpa Galpa, a little talk with the children, the future of our society, as part of this Ankuran 2020. Okay, let me begin. So my topic is excitements and avenues in science. तो सरल में ये होगा कि साइंस पढ़ने से हमको क्या क्या अच्छा लग सकता है, एक्साइटमेंट्स एंड एवेन्यूज, हम कहाँ कहाँ साइंस का कौन सा टॉपिक पढ़ सकते हैं, व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट वी कैन परस्यू एज our career in science, and what are the excitements, what are the good things, what are the things that we may like by pursuing science as a career. The first aspect of a career in science is that you will always have an opportunity to create new things, right? So to create new things मतलब कुछ नया बनाने का अवसर आपको मिलता रहेगा आप अगर साइंस को अपना कैरियर बनाते हो। ये ऐसा नहीं कि जैसे हम कोई ऑफिस में काम करते हैं तो हर दिन एक काम को करना पड़ता है, जैसे कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर के दोस्त ने बोले हैं कि एक चीज को बार बार सालों साल करना पड़ता है तो बोरिंग हो जाते हो, पैसा मिलता है लेकिन काम करने का जो आनंद वो कम हो जाता है। लेकिन साइंस में ऐसे कुछ कैरियर्स हैं, देयर आर many careers, many ways to pursue science in which you will have an opportunity every day to create a new thing and to be happy by looking at the new thing that you have made. This is one of the very important thing in life, and it is something much more important than earning money. Then of course, after that, you will also have an opportunity to innovate. So it is not necessarily creating a new thing, but you can change a bit the existing things. You can make an existing scheme of things for the utility of the person and society at large, which we may call innovating. And that is one thing that you will get to do in a career in science. And of course, these days the governments, the central government and the state governments are very interested and very keen that many students should pursue science, and that is why a number of scholarships and other schemes have come up in last few years. So my point is that it is not that if you want to become a scientist, you cannot earn money. No, these days, if you do a PhD with a fellowship, then you will get, I think, around 30,000 per month. And similarly, there are scholarships from the school level, which are there and monitored by Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, under INSPIRE scheme, INSPIRE. You can always Google it. आप लोग वेबसाइट में जाके इंस्पायर स्कीम सर्च करके देख सकते हैं कि क्या क्या तरीका है। और इसके बाद ये जो साइंस का जो इंस्टीट्यूट्स है, जो यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं, जो अच्छा जगह है, द गुड प्लेसेस वेयर यू कैन स्टडी साइंस are actually very beautiful places. For example, you may have known it. There is one Harishchandra Research Institute where I happen to be for a few months as a postdoctoral fellow, and it is so nice a place just adjacent to the Triveni Sangam in Prayagraj, formerly known as Allahabad. And it is just inside a cluster of villages. You can look at the river Ganga, Jamuna in the afternoon, and you will see peacocks roaming around in the campus of HRI. And it is not only about HRI, Harish Chandra Research Institute. आप TFR टाटा इंस्टीट्यूट को जाओ, आप इवन IIT भुवनेश्वर इज ऑल्सो ए वेरी गुड प्लेस, IIT गुवाहाटी, और बाहर विदेश में भी साइंस का जो इंस्टीट्यूट है वहाँ बहुत अच्छा लगेगा, व्यवस्था और परिवेश वातावरण बहुत अच्छा है। तो ये एक मोटिवेशन हो सकता है कि मैं साइंस पढ़ूंगा। अभी हम देखेंगे कि एवेन्यूज क्या 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 हो सकता है। देयर आर मेनी वेज, आज मैडम हैज ऑलरेडी shown you there are hundreds of institutes, NITs, IITs, universities and unitary organizations, एक जो है जैसे नाइजर है और पेट्रोलियम इंस्टीट्यूट देहरादून में, ऐसा बहुत सारा चीज है। There are many things, almost everything is now possible to pursue. You can become a paper engineer. I mean, you can create things out of paper, and this is engineering. You can design a toy, you can design a machine. So I mean, and these days there are new ways, they called financial engineering, that is essentially mathematics. So the point is, now it is almost possible to pursue everything, hundreds of institutes. So that is why it is important for us, for the parents, to decide for which area my kid is fit. और बच्चों को भी ये सोचना पड़ेगा, children should see what should I do, that should be determined first, and then there are roads. You can talk to any of your seniors, anyone who is a laureate person in your village, or you can even email us. We do have dedicated emails for Odisha students, and I believe there are other opportunities. Personally, I would like to respond to any such email that what I should do now. So first, the most important thing is that we should decide, okay, this is what I want to do, or this is what my son or daughter should do. Then there are roads. Okay, then the avenues. तो कैसे करेंगे, कैसे कैसे रास्ता है साइंस में कैरियर बनाने का? बहुत सारा रास्ता है, उसको हम इस तरह क्लासिफाई कर सकते हैं, विभागीकरण कर सकते हैं। पहला चीज है रिसर्च। रिसर्च क्या होता है? रिसर्च करने का मतलब क्या होता है? Many people have asked me in the colleges when I visit them, sir, what is research? What do you do there? A plus B whole square equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB. Such formulas are known. We know that. Then what else? What more you do? आप क्या ज्यादा करते हैं? जैसे आप बोलते हैं कि रिसर्च है। Actually, रिसर्च क्या है? This is nothing but expanding the horizon of scientific knowledge. जितना जितना चीज हमको पता है और कोई एक नया चीज पता करना ही रिसर्च है। वो काम में आज लगे, काल लगे या पूरा कभी भी ना लगे, that doesn't matter. You create something new, and that is an idea. Okay, that is research. And of course there are also applied research. जो रिसर्च हम करते हैं, जरूरत पहले महसूस होता है, फिर उसको लेके हम सोचते हैं, एक सॉल्यूशन निकालते हैं। लेकिन ऐसा भी बहुत सारा रिसर्च है जिसको हम प्योर रिसर्च बोलते हैं। So there you should not bother whether it will be applied today or tomorrow or day after or after years or never. Doesn't matter. Fundamental research, and those are just to enhance our scientific knowledge and the knowledge of humanity. वो knowledge create हुआ और रह गया, कल कोई आएगा, कोई सोचेगा, उसको काम में लगाएगा, नहीं तो नहीं लगाएगा। So this is pure and applied research. Then as a career in science, you can be a technician, just like making pathological tests in medicals. So they need science. और ITIs, जिसमें आप कोई मशीन को ठीक करने का काम किया जाता है, ऑटोमेटिव गाड़ी जो कार, मोटरसाइकिल, बस एंड एटसेट्रा, उसको जो ठीक किया जाता है, वो मैकेनिक का काम करने के लिए भी आपको +2 में एटलीस्ट साइंस लेना पड़ेगा, तो बेसिक्स समझना पड़ेगा। और एक है साइंस को लेके आजकल नया नया चीज आ गया है, जैसे आपको फार्मेसी लाइन में जाना है तो आपको भी बेसिक साइंस +2 में साइंस पढ़ना पड़ेगा। And another important thing with which I'll conclude is that you can be an educator, you can be a teacher, you can influence hundreds of students. बच्चों के साथ अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है पढ़ाने में, उनको सुनने में, उनके साथ बात करने में, उनके साथ हंसने में, तो अगर आप शिक्षक बनना चाहते हैं, if you want to be a teacher, you can be a teacher in a school, in a college, or in an university or institute where we call them professors. They teach older people. I mean, कॉलेज में, कॉलेज के बाद या PhD करवाते हैं, उनको प्रोफेसर बोलते हैं। और टीचर भी हम बन सकते हैं। टीचर बनने के लिए +2 के बाद एक एग्जाम होता है, हर राज्य में, उड़ीसा में भी होता है, OTET करके। और प्रोफेसर बनने के लिए आपको हायर स्टडी करना पड़ेगा, +2, +3, फिर इसके बाद पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट, फिर इसके बाद PhD। और आजकल एक नया एजुकेशन इंडस्ट्री खुल गया है। ये जो पढ़ाने का काम जो स्कूल, कॉलेज और यूनिवर्सिटी, इंस्टीट्यूट में होता है, वो आजकल कुछ कंपनी करना शुरू किए हैं, एंड दे आर डूइंग वेल। तो वो काम भी हम कर सकते हैं एज ए कैरियर इन साइंस। और आजकल बहुत सारा नया कोर्स आ चुका है। एक है आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, डाटा साइंस, एक्चुअरी, ये सब चीज आप गूगल करके समझ सकते हैं इसका मतलब क्या है। लेकिन इसका मूल चीज यही है कि ये सब करने के लिए आपको एक सब्जेक्ट में आपका आग्रह होना चाहिए, एंड दैट इज मैथमेटिक्स। मैथमेटिक्स अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है और आप प्रोफेसर बनना नहीं चाहते हैं, और आप, मैं जिससे पहले बोला, आप वो बनना नहीं चाहते, then you can go for this artificial intelligence and data science. They're the most, I mean, the highest paid people in the industry. सबसे ज्यादा पैसा मिलने वाला नौकरी उसमें मिलता है, कोई कोई सर्वे हमको बताता है। Okay, that's all. I think we are running okay. तो अगर किसका कुछ सवाल है, मैं उनका जवाब देने का कोशिश करूंगा। अंकुरान के जो बच्चे यहाँ हैं, अंकुरान रो जो पिला माने एटी अछंती, किसी प्रश्न के पचारिबे की? और बोलो।
Dr. Nayak, if anyone has any questions, may please ask. Students, आप लोगों का कोई क्वेश्चन है, अगर सवाल है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं। आपको इसके लिए खुद को अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा। हम 1 या 2 सवाल ले सकते हैं इस वक्त। और अगर आप बाद में पूछना चाहें तो आप हमको कांटेक्ट करें, हम आपको बताएंगे कि डिटेल्स इस बारे में। आपको जो भी सवाल होगा हम आंसर करेंगे। So okay, so we are almost about to end our show, so 1 minute to 5. Thank you all the speakers, and Dr. Nayak, it was great that you also used Hindi to translate your views. I myself got motivated listening to you. And with this, I would thank everyone who joined here in today's session. To all students, I would like to say that you are the creator of your own destiny. And that's what has been said by Swami Vivekananda. We will again come back with another set of speakers next month. Till then, you please stay safe and stay healthy. Have a very happy year end. Jai Hind.
Okay, so with this the meeting ends. तो हम सब लीव हो सकते हैं, right?
Yes.
Yes, the live streaming is going to stop.
Yes.
Thank you very much.